Hello, everybody. This is Margaret, and we'll be getting to know her a bit more. So, Margaret, what do you do at GE exactly?
So I'm an engineering degree apprentice at GE. So that means that having come straight out of A levels in school, I chose to do an apprenticeship instead of going to university. And the apprenticeship's really great because we kind of do the degree bit that you would do if you were doing university full time. But we do that 1 day a week instead of doing it full time. And the company are paying for it, which is brilliant. So I'm not in debt at all, which is always a
That is
positive.
very, yeah, very
Um,
much so.
but so
Sorry to cut you. It's quite nice to hear that because I did just a straight degree and then I went into working for GE. I didn't have that hands-on feeling in terms of practical work to match the theory. So you must have really appreciated that. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I remember the first time that I did something at work on a project. So when I'm not at university, I'm at work working on projects and products that we make on site. And I remember the first time I looked at like a circuit diagram, I think it was, and there was a component on there that I'd literally just learned at university in a lecture the week before. And I was like, I know what this is. Like,
It's mind blowing, isn't it?
it is. It was crazy. That's kind of like some of the best things about doing an apprenticeship is being able to see exactly what you're learning, because you don't always get that
Yeah,
in school. And
you
I
don't.
mean, there's
Yeah.
so many other people around me, other engineers that I've been able to ask for help for other stuff. But just that one moment when I was like, I've learned about this, I know it.
Yeah, like that eureka moment. Yeah, I
Yeah.
100% agree. I'm a huge advocate to tell people to sort of get the experience as well as the theory. Otherwise, it's just, especially in such a hands-on profession, it's really important to get that, to get
Exactly.
that, to get that experience. Well, great. So as a as an engineering apprentice, do you do anything in particular in terms of volunteering, or is it just straight studying?
Yeah, I think the apprenticeship at GE is really great because we get loads of opportunities for training and with volunteering and STEM outreach, as you say. So we have a couple of programs at GE that we get involved with. So we have Imagineering, which is more of a kind of go to air shows and showcase what we do. But we also have our Girls Get Set program, which I've volunteered at in my first year, just volunteering at the events, turning up, helping the students, teaching them about different science principles. And then further up in the apprenticeship, like in my third year, I led the whole of the Girls Get Set scheme. Um, so that was leading different teams of people, managing a budget, putting on the events for the students to then take part in and learn from, talking
Mm.
with the schools. Lots of work, so rewarding though. But
Yeah.
now I've moved into this is my 5th year of the apprenticeship. I've moved up a level again, and I lead the Girls Get Set program at UK level, so helping all of our
Wow.
different sites start the program, encouraging them, supporting them wherever they may need it.
Yeah, that is incredible. So did you have the option to volunteer for these various initiatives, or was it sort of, here you go, Margaret, there's these initiatives, just work on everything?
It's in our first couple of years of the apprenticeship, it was definitely strongly suggested that we do.
Mhm.
I was so shy when I first started the apprenticeship, but seriously, volunteering at those events has helped me so much, building my confidence, my leadership, my
Yeah,
teamwork, just bringing me out. Like when I first started, there's no way I would have done something like this, that's for sure.
yeah, definitely. I
But
can
it's really
imagine.
helped. Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely imagine, especially if you're sort of giving back, or maybe you see a young girl who was a little bit like you when you were a bit young. It's just
Hmm.
easier for you to sort of explain something to them, or sort of
Yeah.
bond with them on that level. um, so with Girls Get Set, with Girls Get Set being Girls Get Set, were you I know that you were once a part, you were taking part in Girls Get Set as well as volunteering, is that right?
Hmm. Yeah, back in school, back when I was in year 9 and year 10, I took part in the Girls Get Set program with the school STEM club.
Oh my God, that is ages ago, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
That
makes me feel old.
not that old, you're right. So how does it differ from taking part and volunteering? You must feel, like you said, it's obviously really rewarding, but you must, I like to think that, every stage of life you're always learning, but you must still feel quite, I can't think of the word, but you it must be really rewarding in some sense. How do you
Definitely.
think it differed?
I feel so privileged to have been given the opportunity to volunteer back for a scheme that I took part in, because I know how valuable it was for me to take part in the scheme. The different people that I learned, the skills I picked up, the kind of environment I was in, giving me the opportunity to do what I like. You know, when you're with like a whole classroom, or not even a classroom, it's a whole hall full of like 50, 100 students, all with the same interests as you. It's crazy, because I
Yeah,
went to an all girls school, and STEM wasn't always the most popular of subjects in an all girls school. It's
yeah,
becoming increasingly so, which is absolutely amazing to see. But there were only like 2 or 3 other people that had the same interests and subject interests as me. So going to a Girls Get Set event, seeing hundreds of other students that I didn't realize existed, because I thought, I was really unique in that I was the only one that had maths as my favorite subject in school. Just
yeah,
seeing all of those people, it was brilliant, and I just am so grateful for the opportunity to then be able to hopefully inspire other students and
yeah,
inform them of the opportunities, and tell them, there's loads of people that are just like you. There's no need to be shy. Be confident. Try everything.
yeah.
Give it a go.
Definitely. So do you think Girls Get Set has influenced you to get into a STEM subject, or have you always wanted to go into engineering?
Definitely, Girls Get Set was the push I needed to put me where I am now. Because without Girls Get
Yeah.
Set, I wouldn't have found out about GE. I wouldn't have known about work experience. So I learned about work experience for Girls Get Set, which I then did. And then it was
Okay.
through work experience that I learned that apprenticeships were a thing, and you didn't have to go to university. That wasn't the only option that I could
Yeah.
do post school. So Girls Get Set definitely was the thing that led me onto the path to where I am today.
Yeah. And I think it's really amazing that a company like GE offer this great, apprenticeship and
Mhm.
allows you to do, a bit of both. But it's great that Girls Get Set allowed you to sort of flourish and grow to become the person you are. It's really nice to hear. Um, so what do you think is your favorite Girls Get Set memory in all the years that you've volunteered and taken part in it?
I've got to say it must have been from when I was taking part, back, I think it was in year 9, first time I heard about Girls Get Set. We had some GE volunteers come into school, and they proposed a problem for us that we took, and we did over a few weeks. And it was to help a third world country create like a water catcher, so that they had enough water from like rain to
Yeah.
use, because they don't always have those resources. And there was me and a team of 2 other people, and we ended up designing, I think it was in the shape of an elephant doing a handstand. So the elephant, has 4 legs. So 2 of its legs were on the floor, 2 of it up, and then we had like the trunk as the tap at the end of it with the water coming out, and that's where people would have it. It was fabulous. It looks so great. We created like a prototype out of cardboard, and
That's
it
impressive.
it was
So was
such
the
good fun.
so was the elephant's backside sort of chopped off so that it can catch the rain? So was it like a half elephant?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Well, still, the fact that the trunk is giving you the water, that is honestly really very creative. I definitely would have never thought of that.
Well, elephants do handstands all the time, so.
Clearly, I'm not watching Discovery Channel enough. Um, but in terms of, because you said that now you lead, you're lucky enough to lead Girls Get Set. What is your vision? Where do you see it now that we're celebrating obviously 10 years, which is amazing. Congratulations.
Mhm.
Where do you see it? Where would you like this initiative to be in the next 10 years?
Yeah, I think what I would really love to see is for us to branch out to lots of other different types of STEM careers. So obviously at GE we do a lot of engineering. That's kind of like our main focus. But STEM is so much huger than that. It varies anything from like you could go into cybersecurity, you could go into like obviously we've got the engineering part, but then you kind of got
Yeah,
scientists. If you think about like the person that's inspired me most, there's people like Ada Lovelace, who kind of
yeah,
started off programming and stuff, and there's just so much in STEM that you could do that, like, even now I'm like, on my days, I didn't know being like a cyber investigator was a thing that's really cool that I can go into that's in STEM. And that's the kind of stuff I would really love for like everyone just to learn more about and try. There are so
Yeah,
many like resources online that people don't necessarily know about because it's just everywhere, but you can't like focus and you don't always hear about stuff.
yeah,
Just getting the message out there about like the huge variety and getting more like people that are underprivileged to have the
yeah,
opportunity to do this as well, because the Girls Get Set program is free. Anybody that wants to do
yeah,
it, you can come along. Just contact
yeah.
your nearest GE site or email us at girls.getset@ge, and we can
Promo.
definitely fit you in somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, that's on. Yeah, I definitely yeah, that's it seems like it's such a, even though it's been 10 years, it seems like it's only been running for such a little time because there's so much to learn,
Mm-hmm.
and there's so much to develop on and so much to do with Girls Get Set, and yeah, I think the opportunities are infinite. So yeah, I can't wait for where Girls Get Set heads as well. So a bit about just a random question for you, Margaret. What
Yeah.
is your favorite pudding?
Oh, favorite pudding. Right. I think I've got to say strawberry cheesecake. I've been trying to do a bit of baking at home over lockdown, and I can't say that I've made the perfect one yet. Store-bought is still only slightly better than my homemade one, but strawberry cheesecake,
I'm sure you're
definitely.
being modest. I personally don't really like mixing fruit and cakes. I don't know what it is. It's just
Mm-hmm.
I just, except for maybe like orange terries, are they called? You know, the just, or
Chocolate
Jaffa
oranges,
cakes.
yeah.
That's the furthest I go. I can't go any, like if you give me a cheesecake with fruit on the top, I can't eat it. It's very weird. But anyway, it's not about me. Thank you so much, Margaret. It was great getting to know you a bit more and about Girls Get Set and a bit about what you do. And hopefully I'm really excited to get to know the other alumni as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Take
you very
care.
much.